Welcome back to Storyverse English. Tonight, I want you to imagine a young boy sitting alone in a quiet room late at night. Outside, the world is sleeping peacefully. But inside that room, a weak computer screen glows in the darkness while a skinny teenager stares at lines of code for hours without blinking. He is not thinking about sports, parties, or popularity. He is thinking about machines, about the future, about changing the world forever. People around him think he is strange. Some think he is too obsessed. Some even believe he is wasting his life. But that young boy cannot stop. Something deep inside him keeps pulling him toward computers like a magnet. That boy was Bill Gates. And this is the incredible story of how a shy kid with a strange dream became one of the most powerful men in history. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington. His real name was William Henry Gates III. He came from a respectable and educated family. His father was a successful lawyer, Avery, and his mother was active in business and education. His parents believed in discipline, hard work, and success. They wanted Bill to grow into a serious and respected man. But from childhood, Bill seemed different from other children. While other kids ran outside and played games, Bill preferred sitting quietly with books. He loved reading for hours. Sometimes he became so focused on learning that he forgot everything around him. Teachers quickly realized he was extremely intelligent. He solved difficult problems faster than most students and asked questions that even adults found unusual. But being intelligent also made him feel isolated. He was not the cool kid at school. He was shy, awkward, and deeply lost in his own thoughts. Many students did not understand him. Some laughed at the way he talked and behaved, but Bill did not care much about fitting in. His mind was busy exploring ideas bigger than school itself. Everything changed when Bill's school got access to a computer, or terminal. Today, computers are everywhere, but during the 1960s, computers were rare and expensive machines that only large companies or universities could afford. Most people had never even touched one. The moment Bill saw that machine, something inside him came alive. It felt as if he had finally discovered the thing he had been searching for his entire life. He became completely fascinated. The computer was not just a machine to him. It was a mystery, a puzzle, and a doorway into another world. Bill started spending every possible second near the computer. He skipped social activities just to have more time with it. During lunch breaks, while other students laughed and played outside, Bill sat in the computer room writing code and learning programming. He studied manuals for hours and memorized commands faster than anyone expected. Soon he became one of the best young programmers in the school. His obsession became so intense that sometimes he barely slept. He would stay awake late into the night thinking about computer problems and software ideas. Around that time, Bill met another student named Paul Allen. Paul was older, quiet, and equally obsessed with computers. The two became close friends because they shared the same strange passion. Together, they spent endless hours discussing technology and imagining the future. They believed that one day every home and every office would have a personal computer. At that time, this idea sounded ridiculous. Most people believed computers were giant machines only useful for scientists or corporations. But Bill and Paul could already see the future before anyone else. They dreamed of putting computers into the hands of ordinary people around the world. The problem was that computer time cost money, and they did not have much of it. So they searched for creative ways to get access to computers. Sometimes they found errors inside systems and offered to fix them in exchange for free computer time. Sometimes they pushed the machines so hard that they got banned from using them temporarily. But no punishment could stop Bill Gates from programming. The more difficult life became, the more determined he became. That determination slowly started separating him from everyone else. As Bill entered his teenage years, his love for computers became even stronger. He started building small software projects and experimenting with programs. While most teenagers worried about fashion, music, or popularity, Bill spent nights thinking about algorithms and computer systems. His parents sometimes worried about him because he seemed completely consumed by technology. But Bill believed he was discovering something important. He could already feel that computers would someday transform human life. In school, he and Paul even created software for businesses and earned money from programming. Bill realized something powerful at a very young age. Software could become an empire. He began studying not only technology but also business strategy. Even as a teenager, he showed signs of being extremely competitive. He hated losing. If someone challenged him or doubted him, he worked twice as hard to prove them wrong. He was not physically strong or socially popular, but he had an unstoppable mind. That mind became his greatest weapon. After graduating from school, Bill entered Harvard University, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. His parents felt proud because they believed their son was finally following a traditional path toward success. Many people would have considered getting into Harvard the achievement of a lifetime. But for Bill Gates, Harvard was not enough. Even there, computers remained the center of his world. He spent more time inside computer labs than classrooms. He often ignored normal university life and focused entirely on programming. Then, in 1975, Bill and Paul discovered something that would change history forever. They read about a new machine called the Altair 8800, one of the first personal computers ever created. The moment Bill saw it, he understood the future had arrived. Personal computers were no longer just dreams. They were becoming reality. Bill immediately contacted the company behind the Altair and promised to build software for it. There was one major problem. He had not created the software yet. But Bill was fearless. He believed he could do it. Together with Paul Allen, he worked day and night without rest. The pressure was enormous because failure could destroy their dreams forever. They barely slept, barely ate, and lived entirely inside their work. Finally, after exhausting effort, the software worked successfully. That single moment became the beginning of a revolution. Soon afterward, Bill Gates made one of the riskiest decisions of his life. He left Harvard University. To most people, leaving Harvard sounded insane. It meant walking away from safety, prestige, and security. His parents were shocked and worried, but Bill believed his future was bigger than a university degree. Together with Paul Allen, he officially created Microsoft. The early days of Microsoft were extremely difficult. The company was small, resources were limited, and competition was fierce. Bill worked endlessly. Employees later described him as intense, demanding, and obsessed with perfection. He reviewed code personally and expected the highest standards from everyone around him. Sometimes he worked so much that he forgot to eat or sleep properly, but his vision remained clear. He wanted a computer on every desk and in every home. At that time, the idea still sounded impossible, yet Bill Gates believed in it with every part of his being. He was willing to sacrifice comfort, relationships, and peace of mind to achieve that dream. Then came the opportunity that changed everything. In 1980, IBM planned to launch a personal computer and needed an operating system. Bill Gates saw the opportunity immediately. He made one of the smartest sinus moves in modern history. Instead of selling software permanently, he kept ownership of it while licensing it to IBM. The operating system became known as MS-DOS. As IBM computers spread around the world, Microsoft grew rapidly alongside them. Suddenly, millions of people were using software connected to Bill Gates. The young man who once sat alone in a computer room had now entered the center of the technology world. But Bill was still hungry for more success. He knew that the future of computing depended on making computers easier for ordinary people to use. This belief eventually led to the creation of Microsoft Windows. When Windows launched, it changed everything. Computers became simpler, more visual, and more accessible. Offices, schools, and homes slowly filled with computers running Microsoft software. The world was entering a new digital age, and Bill Gates stood at the center of it. As Microsoft exploded in success, Bill Gates became incredibly wealthy, year after year. His fortune grew larger until he became the richest man in the world. Newspapers, television channels, and magazines talked about him constantly. Some people admired him as a genius visionary. Others feared the growing power of Microsoft. Bill's intense personality also became famous. He was known for asking difficult questions during meetings and challenging employees aggressively. He demanded excellence from everyone around him because he believed average work could never change the world. But success also created enemies. Many competitors accused Microsoft of unfair business practices. Governments began investigating the company for monopoly behavior. Massive court battles followed. Suddenly, the same man who had once been celebrated as a technological hero was being criticized by the media and dragged into legal conflicts. Bill Gates faced enormous pressure during these years. Reporters attacked him constantly, and many people predicted the fall of Microsoft, yet Bill continued, fighting. He believed his company had earned its success through innovation and hard work. Even during difficult times, he refused to give up. Behind the scenes, Bill Gates continued living a life almost completely controlled by work. He read constantly, studied business endlessly, and thought deeply about the future of technology. His memory was legendary. He could remember details from meetings, lines of code, and complex business information better than most people around him. He competed fiercely not only with rival companies, but also with himself. He wanted Microsoft to stay ahead of everyone else. During the rise of the internet in the 1990s, Microsoft faced new challenges from fast-growing technology companies. Bill realized the internet would become the next giant revolution, and he quickly shifted Microsoft's focus toward it. Once again, his ability to see the future helped him survive. Even though the company faced criticism and competition, Microsoft remained one of the most powerful companies in the world. Bill Gates had officially become more than just a businessman. He had become a symbol of the technology revolution itself. But as years passed, something inside Bill Gates slowly began to change. After spending decades building one of the greatest business empires in history, he started thinking about problems beyond technology. He looked at the world and saw poverty, disease, hunger, and suffering. He realized that while computers could improve lives, millions of people still struggled to survive basic illnesses and lack of education. Together with his wife Melinda, Bill created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Their mission was to use their wealth to help humanity. Bill Gates began donating billions of dollars to fight diseases like malaria and polio, improve schools, and support poor communities around the world. Many people were shocked to see one of the richest men alive giving away so much money. Bill believed wealth meant nothing if it could not improve human life. Slowly, his public image began changing from ruthless businessman to global philanthropist. He traveled to different countries, met scientists and doctors, and worked on health projects aimed at saving millions of lives. Still, success and money could not protect him from personal struggles. Life remained complicated. Over the years, Bill Gates faced criticism, rumors, and controversies. Some people questioned his business decisions. Others criticized his influence and power. Then, after many years of marriage, Bill and Melinda announced their divorce in 2021. The news shocked the world because they had long been seen as one of the most powerful couples in global philanthropy. Once again, media attention surrounded Bill Gates, but despite personal pain and public criticism, he continued working on projects related to technology, climate change, healthcare, and artificial intelligence. Even after achieving more success than most humans could imagine, Bill Gates never truly stopped working. His curiosity remained alive. His obsession with solving problems never disappeared. Today, when people look at Bill Gates, they see one of the most influential figures in modern history. But behind the billions of dollars, behind the fame and power, there is still the image of a quiet young boy sitting in front of a glowing computer screen late at night. A boy who felt different from everyone else. A boy who believed in a future nobody could yet see. That is what makes his story so powerful. Bill Gates was never the strongest person in the room. He was never the most charming or popular. He was simply someone who believed deeply in his strange passion and refused to abandon it, even when others laughed at him. His journey teaches us that success is not always about fitting in with the crowd. Sometimes the people who seem unusual are the ones who change history forever. Every time someone opens a computer, types on a keyboard, or uses software to connect with the world, a small part of Bill Gates' dream is still alive. His work helped create the modern digital world we live in today. Millions of students learn through computers because of the revolution he helped build. Businesses, schools, hospitals, and governments all changed because of technology that people like Bill Gates pushed forward. His story is not only about becoming rich, it is about vision, obsession, sacrifice, risk, and believing in an idea before the rest of the world understands it. It is about working through failure, criticism, loneliness, and pressure without giving up. And maybe that is why the story of Bill Gates continues to inspire millions of people around the world. Because deep down, many people know what it feels like to be misunderstood. Many people know what it feels like to dream about something others cannot yet see. Bill Gates proved that even the quietest person in the room can one day change the future of humanity. Thank you for watching Story V, RSE English. If you enjoyed this incredible journey, make sure to like this video, leave a comment below telling us which legendary person you want to hear about next, and subscribe to Storyverse English for more emotional, powerful, and unforgettable stories from around the world. Until next time, keep dreaming big, because sometimes the craziest dreams become the stories that change history forever.